going on, guys? This is Sergeant Merrill here, and welcome to the second episode of Pardon the Dashboard, also known as PTY. Now, for those of you who don't get the reference, what button do you hit when you go back to your dashboard? Huh? Dr. Chiz, what button do you hit?
You hit the guide button, obviously, but you got to take it a step further and, hit the Y button. Of course, I didn't know that.
Okay, don't break it down. Okay? It's PTY, all right? ESPN, please do not sue me. All right, this is all about entertainment, guys. Let's be honest, dual comms these days they're kind of boring, and there's just a cookie-cutter technique to acquire subs, which is fine, but here we're trying to breathe life back into it and make it fun to watch again. Another great thing about this series is that if the topic we are discussing is just absolutely boring the shit out of you, or if you see a topic over here on the right that would interest you more, you can just click on it and skip ahead. But with me today, I have two fellow YouTubers who are doing great things for their channels, and one of them you already know from the last PTY. Why don't you go ahead and say hi there, Sweat?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to be back.
Hey, how's it going? And Chiz, Dr. Chiz. Go ahead and say hi, man.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Dr. Chiz.
That is Dr. Chiz. Indeed he is. All right. Now, both of y'all are part of a series called Band of Brothers, which is great. I know I follow it. I have a lot of fun watching it. Why don't you go ahead and tell me and the audience what Band of Brothers is and what you're trying to do with it?
Well, I guess you could say it's a Road to Commander series, obviously. However, though, what's different is it's a group of 6 commentators, basically. Well, 5 commentators and a friend. And we're trudging through the ranks of level 1 to level 50 together. And that's why we called it Band of Brothers. And it's a lot of fun, and hilarity does ensue on that.
Yeah, I particularly like how we had the audio issues for the first 3 games. And we had to go back and watch in theater mode and commentate over it. That was good.
Even though we did that was still a lot of fun and still funny.
Oh yeah, to me that's the best episode so far.
So what do y'all think makes this more interesting than a regular Road to Commander series?
Well, from my point of view, I think it's a lot more interesting because you're working as a team, so there's a lot more call-outs. You can connect with the people on a personal level too. It's not like the other Road to Commanders where you see them mute everyone and they're just talking into a mic silently for 10 minutes at a time or whatever. And it's more fun.
And I like how some people are using playing with their subscribers and doing our Road to Commanders, and 1 or 2 other YouTubers, and then a couple subscribers. But this is definitely, it allows you to build some consistency, and it allows you to to build on some relationships that you have with people, and you all become better players, and you all become better at least working together. That's what I've enjoyed most about it so far.
All right. Well, perfect. I know I love the series. I definitely recommend that everybody checks it out because it's more than just Sweat and Dr. Chiz. They have a lot of great people on there. And if you're looking for a new YouTuber to follow, I definitely suggest that series to check out. But speaking of other YouTubers, we have another thing we want to discuss here about the recent popularity in just giving shit away. Now, I'm not sure if y'all have seen this on other people's channels. I'm not going to call anybody out. If you want to do this, guys, if it works, go for it. I'm a firm believer. If something ain't broke, don't fix it. But what is y'all's opinion on these giveaways that have become really popular lately for YouTubers?
Well, I'd like to kick it off, and because I know I have a little bit different an opinion. If somebody was, if Subbase was that generous enough to me and was giving me that opportunity to make that money and to do things with the money that some people have done, I would absolutely like to give back. But my only concern is with those giveaways, I really think it's cornering the market in such a way that guys like us are making it. I mean, it's that much difficult for guys like us, and we already know how much work we put into this, and still struggling, to get that popularity. So that's my only issue with it.
Yeah, Chiz, what's your opinion on it?
Well, it's like Sweat said. I don't like where it's taking the YouTube thing in particular. I mean, yeah, if you do good stuff and you want to give back to your subscribers, that's great. But if you're doing it solely for profit in the long run, I don't think that's right. And also, it makes it harder for the little people who have great original content for Band of Brothers, for example, and what Sergeant Merrill does, and also Sweat. It makes it harder for those people to get noticed and get their name out there when someone with 300K subs, for example, is able to give away everything and call all the attention to them. It just makes it a little bit harder for the YouTube community, I think, to grow like that with new ideas.
That's true, and it brings me to the point. Guys, if you like and favorite this video, I will send you the lint in my pocket.
Well done, sir.
You'll definitely get that, for sure.
Well done.
Yeah, like and favorite in order to get that. It's very clumpy. All right. Now, another thing with the YouTube community that's kind of a controversy right now is that a community director has been chosen for Modern Warfare 3, which has been Dr. Disrespect. Very much congratulate him on that. But there's been a little bit of controversy between Woody's gamertag and Dr. Disrespect. Not them personally, but their subs. What do you think is the cause of that?
Well, I'm gonna start this off. I think the cause is just, one subscriber particular leans towards one commentator more. Like, personally, me, I like Woody more, but that doesn't mean I'm going to flame Dr. Disrespect for getting the job, because Woody did talk in depth about it and how he was actually late to the party when applying for that position, and Dr. Disrespect went through the whole process and legitimately got it. He didn't steal it away from Woody or anything like that. So I think that's where the controversy comes up. Once the sub likes one commentator more than the other, so being how young they are, they have to flame the other one in opposition.
Yeah, that's what I was bringing up when we were talking about earlier, is the fact that, Woody made a video congratulating him, telling his subscribers that trying to clear the air with his sub base, and with the guys that were flaming Dr. Disrespect. And even after he made a video about it, it still seems some people just didn't get the message. And, he tried to clear it up on Twitter after that, and I'm sure he just, at this point, he thinks he's beating a dead horse, so he's going to stop. But, he specifically set out to make a video to say, I was late to the party. He did everything correctly. I just didn't get there in time. I appreciate everybody's support, and let's all congratulate him and wish him well. Make sure that they have a great product there, and people just blow things out of proportion, man. That's easily where that's where the controversy comes from. Is just, I don't know what some people. I mean, they're just not listening. They want to believe what they want to believe, and they're not going to be turned otherwise.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It just goes to show that the more followers you have, the more careful you have to be, and sometimes just ignoring something is the best way to go about it, because you have no idea how your subscribers are going to react to it, and they're not going to always feel the same way that you do or be as humble as you are being. So that's definitely can be a problem, and I think we're seeing that between Woody and Dr. Disrespect. But congratulations to them both Woody for his success on YouTube, and Dr. Disrespect for getting his position as community director for Modern Warfare 3. Now, on another topic, we were already talking about this for half an hour before we started this, but we're really excited about some upcoming games that are coming out, not just in the next quarter, but in general, just some games that we're really excited about. So, on the top of your mind, Sweat and Chiz, what are some games that you're really looking forward to?
We talked about it already in the last PTY now, Homefront. And I'm still anxiously awaiting that. I was all set for this week's release, and then it got pushed back, and it really broke my heart, and now I have to wait another week. But Battlefield 3's come out with some amazing footage that really has everybody buzzing. The two off the top of my head, that's it.
Yeah. Me in particular, right now, talking recent, Portal 2, I was a big fan of the first game, and I like those puzzle-type games. It's got a great story behind it, and I agree with Sweat. Battlefield 3 for sure. The graphics look amazing and the gameplay looks phenomenal, and it looks like it's tuned to the correct engine. It's still running at 30 FPS, but it looks like it's about as fluid as COD, almost, I would say. So I'm really looking forward to that series.
I like Battlefield. I mean, I think a lot of people are getting confused between Battlefield and Bad Company. They're not total different series, but they're very, very different. Battlefield was really a lot more strategical. Is that a word? Strategery. It had a lot more strategery. But it was, I think it was a lot more fun. But it came out on PC. I'm sure it came out on one of the consoles, but I played it on PC. And I just felt like there was a lot more strategy to it, a lot more teamwork, And if you didn't know what you're doing, it showed a lot. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to... love RPGs, guys. I'm looking to the new Oblivion Skyrim. It looks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's
Elder
not Oblivion.
Scrolls 5.
Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Really looking forward to that because, man, I just love RPGs at heart. It's what I grew up with, starting with Gauntlet on the PC. I mean, just love those type of games.
Bringing us way back, man.
Hey,
I didn't get into.
I will.
I didn't get into first-person shooters till COD 4. So I mean, I am really late to the party.
Battlefield,
My-
Vietnam,
no.
and Counter Strike, baby.
Negative. My first person shooter was Wolfenstein 3D, guys. Come on,
Oh,
Wolfenstein
back.
3D.
That is
I'm telling you, I
great game.
Yes, still get it on my iPhone. I love shooting Nazis and shit.
All right, we gotta go through these topics, man. This is gonna be a 20-minute video.
I know. We're at like 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're fine.
But I like to keep it at 2 minutes a topic, but that never happens. This is like a podcast on speed. We'll go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is something a little bit controversial. Some people feel different about it, which is digitally owning a game versus physically owning a game. And me personally, I'd love to. Let me explain this a little bit more. That's the difference between those two is actually downloading just the software, just the soft copy of the game, and not actually owning a disc versus going to the store and having the disc. And if you're like me, alphabetically ordering it on your little cabinet and staring at it every night as you whack off. I mean, I just,
Or in the
I
parking
can't-
lot.
I'm telling you, yeah. Or just, doing a little song on your way home while you're holding the CD. I love doing that shit. So what's y'all's opinion on that? Do you think that everything is going to go digital, or do you think it should stay physical?
Go ahead, Chiz.
All right. Well, first of all, unfortunately, I do think it's all eventually going to be digitally streamed and downloaded. That looks like that's how the consoles are being catered to right now, especially with the Xbox. I don't really agree with that philosophy. Like you said, I love having the hard copy in my hand with all forms of media, music, video games, movies, regardless. I'm weird like that. I like holding the CD and just looking at the pretty pictures.
I'm telling you, man.
But I think it's going that way, and it's going to and it's weird because something like Steam, where the online distribution happens, you can go to another computer and access it, but a console you cannot do that, which I think is something to frown upon. That I can't take it anywhere with me with a hard copy.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'm in the minority in this because maybe I'm just lazy, but it just seems too convenient. And that's what it's. I'm sure that's what they're going for. To make it more convenient for you, for us, and we don't have to go stand for 24 hours or however many hours for the midnight releases or whatnot. They're making it to where you hit a button, download it, start playing it, and I'm again might be in the minority, at least between you two, but it's kind of hard to argue, how convenient they're making it for us.
You can't sit here and say you do not like waiting 5 hours in line for the next Call of Duty. That is an experience
That's
you
true.
can't get anywhere else.
It's
And having
always
those-
in the cold, man. I don't do cold. I hate the
Put a
cold. It's always
jacket
in
on.
November.
What I hate, I hate the hot girls that go up and down the line and pretend like they're gamers and try and get you to sign up for these little tournaments.
Oh no,
I'm like,
ours come around and give us free rock stars. Yeah,
free.
honestly, they did that at the last one.
I
That's
had
horrible.
no hot girls, but my girlfriend sat with me for Modern Warfare 2 release, and I don't think she realized what she was getting herself into because she hated it after that.
See,
and
I was a real man about it. I just told my wife I had to work late. All right, guys, but that's all with all the time. We're at 14 minutes now. We need to go ahead and end this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Pardon the Dashboard, but we also need your help. If you want topics that want to be discussed, go ahead and put it in the comment section. If you're looking for somebody that you would like to see on Pardon the Dashboard, go ahead and let me know. But that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Y'all want to do a little shout out before you leave?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Chiz. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, this is Dr. Shiz here. Hope you all enjoyed this part in the dash, and check out Band of Brothers with me and Sweat if you enjoyed us here.
And I would certainly love to be on every single episode of Pardon the PTY. So that's my spill. Thanks for having me.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. All right, guys. This is Sergeant Merrill out here.